Hello there, my name is Jason Perkins. Welcome to another episode in my Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'm an attorney who specializes in handling Georgia's workers' compensation cases. I created this series of videos because I want to provide people who've been hurt at work with helpful information about Georgia workers' compensation law and the benefits they should receive under it. Today I want to talk to you about settlements for workers' compensation injuries. The first question to answer is, what is a workers' compensation settlement? Settlement is an agreement by you to accept a negotiated lump sum amount of money from the insurance company in exchange for giving up your future workers' compensation rights. So, settlement does not give up past workers' compensation benefits that you've already received. It only gives up benefits that you might receive in the future if your case stayed open. The second question is, do you have to settle your workers' compensation case? No, settlement's always voluntary. You're never required to settle your case. And you're not required to settle your case at any particular time. So you might choose not to settle your case right now because it's not a good time, but maybe you want to look at settlement of your workers' compensation case later. Now, it is important to also understand that any settlement is voluntary on your behalf and the insurance company's behalf. So the insurance company doesn't necessarily have to settle with you either. Or for there to be a workers' compensation settlement, both the parties have to agree, you and the insurance company, and that settlement has to be approved by a workers' compensation judge. Now, even though you don't have to settle your case, it usually is worth considering settling your case at some point, because settlement's really the only way that you can get outside of the workers' compensation system and have your case over with. Now, if you decide to settle, then the question becomes, how much should you settle your case for? Well, that's a really complicated question. Settlement involves considering a lot of different factors. But there's two primary things that you need to think about. One is that basically you've got two options. One is settle your case, and one's don't settle your case. Not settling your case involves staying within the workers' compensation system. So really in deciding what you're going to settle your case for, what I always look at is, well, what would happen if you didn't settle your case? Well, in order to really have good answers on these two questions, you need to have a really good understanding of what's going to happen if you stay in the workers' compensation system and what's going to happen if you go out of the workers' compensation system. And which one of those two choices is better? Well, that involves having a really good understanding of the Georgia's workers' compensation laws and rules in order to kind of figure out what's going to happen if you don't settle your case and what's going to happen if you do settle your case. So considering settlement is one of those situations where I would always recommend that somebody at least reach out and speak with a workers' compensation attorney, get a consultation scheduled, and get answers to their questions before deciding what they're going to do. Because one thing that I can tell you about settlement is that it is final. So if you settle your case and it's approved by a workers' compensation judge, you generally can't go back and change it later. So it's better to talk to an attorney on the front end before you make that decision. Hope you found this video about settlements for workers' compensation injuries helpful. If you have, please let me know that. One of the best ways to do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you do want to set up a consultation about your workers' compensation case to discuss settlements or any other issue in your case, I'm happy to do so. There's two easy ways you can schedule that consultation. The first is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, and the other is by reaching out to us to our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. Click on and submit the free consultation request form, and a member of our team will reach out to you and get a consultation scheduled. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today, and want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injuries.